And welcome back to the BMO training ground here in Downsview, Ontario, for our third and final match of the day. It's going to be the battle of the FTF Combines, as we'll be seeing the First Touch Football Ontario squad, the best of the Ontario Combines, battle out against the best of the East. I'm pretty sure the whole roster, the majority of the roster is pretty much East, but best of the players from the remaining provinces. A lot of Quebec, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia players here, as it will be Ontario in the black going from your right to your left, and in the white and black will be FTF Canada going from your left to your right. Martin Ohms here on the commentary as we have an early corner kick for the Canada squad. Here comes the corner kick, a little bit of a miss hit there as they try to go towards the near post, but they might get themselves a second opportunity here as they're going to reset this one all the way towards the back line. There's Leo Criel. He'll get towards the near side for Châtenay. Châtenay's pass though will get intercepted, and here comes Ontario coming quickly the other way with Perdigao. Perdigao is going to spread this one out wide towards the right, as they look to try to take a shot onto goal, but that one will get blocked as Umamas tries to make a run towards the right side. So again, majority of players here. Seeing a couple of Halifax players, a lot of Montreal players from places like Saint Laurent, Blainville, Champlain. So keep an eye on a lot of these players here on the Quebec side, and of course the Ontario squad, the best of the players here for the Combine here. So they'll be battling it out here on this match for two halves of 35 minutes for a total of 70 minutes. Let's see that corner kick getting cleared away by the Canada squad as Criel has the ball once again for Canada, and he'll look to reset it amongst his defensive squad. So these are the important matches here for both these two teams to try to pick up points. They're going against four other teams here in this showcase who have that built-up chemistry, who already all know each other. Some of these players haven't learned each other's names yet, so it's going to be who's going to communicate quick and fast. Let's see a nice run from the left side as they try to split between a couple of defenders, but I guess cleared away as far as the backline as Criel was once again picks this ball up for Canada. Going it all the way back towards the goalkeeper, Kensel Aiden, as he'll pass that one off towards Nancha. Some pressure on Tiniakos. Back it goes towards Nancha, as Nancha's trying to find that run towards the left side, but that one got blocked originally by Umamas, but Criel is able to pick that ball up with number 10, that's Jelab. And Jelab will pass this one back towards Nancha as Canada will look to reset. Here comes a quick touch towards the far right side. Châtenay avoids that first sliding challenge, and it hits off of the Ontario player, however. Last one's going to be another corner kick upcoming here for the Canada squad. They're going to play this one short. Châtenay's cross, that's going to get deflected aside, and they look to try to get a second opportunity. Here comes a shot from range. That's Tiniakos, but he couldn't find the goal as that one lurched by the goal of Luca Pelagia, the London Alliance FC goalkeeper. Lots of players here represented the various clubs from not just the Toronto region. We're seeing some from the Ottawa region, a couple from the West Quebec side as well. I'm seeing one CF Montreal player. So they must have come to the Combine in the Ontario region. And then a couple from North York, FC London players. So a lot of representation here for this Ontario squad. As we see a pass going to the midfield for Dauda. He's going to look to play it out wide to Umamas, who gets his legs taken out from under him. And he's still lying down the turf, but will need a few seconds to get back onto his feet. But he wins his team a free kick. Seen two matches here so far today as Vaughan took home the victory over Woodbridge in the opening match of the day. And then TFC won 3-0 over North Toronto in the second match. Perdigao does well having his jersey pulled, however, and the referee, though, will allow play to continue as he continued with that ball. Good run there from Perdigao as he plays this one out wide. A little bit of a tip forward to try to get to the run of Umamas coming in on the far side. But there's a good sliding challenge coming in from the defender for Canada, and he's able to hit this one upfield as far towards the striker. This is Jelab trying to hit this one forward. Going to get some help here with some of his players here on the far side. There was you see a good run back in towards Jelab. Jelab looking for some help, leaves it off towards Kriel, towards Nancha. Jelab. Nancha towards Kriel. Good passing amongst the three players, and it'll go all the way back towards Magic on defense. They're going to leave that one off towards Tolba. Tolba hits it forward towards their striker up there. That's Diakite. Kriel, good movement from the Canada squad. Calling for that ball. Châtenay on the right side. And he's going to get that ball played in towards him, but he's unable to keep that one in play, however. As he had the right idea, did the Canada squad. Just not on the same page yet, but the Canada squad working quickly here early to build that chemistry. Comes a long ball up the line. Umamas is on the run, on the back of Tolba. Tolba will hit it towards his goalkeeper, Aiden, and they'll be able to do well to get away from that ongoing pressure. Kriel with Jelab in the midfield. Both of them with the big poofy hair. As that pass from Tolba hits off of an Ontario player, but it works out in their favor, however, and it'll go out for throwing. A little bit of a fortunate bounce as it ricochets off of Brown. Bertigal. Can't get anywhere, and Nancha will go all the way back towards his goalkeeper, as giving chase there is Hodzic, is the striker, the Rush Canada striker for the Ontario squad. As you see a good sliding challenge coming out there from Carvalho, as he got himself the ball on that one, as this ball will go all the way out for a goal kick. As expected here, a little bit of a frantic opening few minutes here from both teams. But as the game progresses, you expect to see these two teams start to gel a lot more on the field. These are the moments here in this game where if you're going to get a quick opening goal to give your team the momentum, it is here. As it's a turnover in towards the midfield. Perdigao is going to be the one to pick up this ball. He's going to look for some options, and he'll play it all the way back towards his defense as Dauda knocks it towards his defensive pairing. Perdigao plays this one out wide. DeMarco. For Perdigao towards the defense. As it's going to be Bensel. Dauda. Ontario starting to get some quick short passes on the possession. But the Canada squad putting a little bit of pressure on towards that midfield to see if they can force a turnover. But it's going to be a throw-in for Ontario on the far side. Looks like they're trying to put a press on is the Ontario team. First some turnovers on the Canada's team, but Canada is able to get it up to as far as Diakite. He can't get it through the midfield and see some good movement from Umamas, but his clearance goes straight towards the foot of Châtenay. Châtenay hits this ball forward, and it's going to be a lone striker up there. He's putting a lot of good footwork in, and he is able to get a shot away, though, is Tolba. And the player himself was able to create some magic himself. Did Tolba working all the way up the field as he had a good 3-4 jerseys around him. And although the shot didn't hit the goal, he was able to put in a good shift there. Dauda. Hodzic. A little bit of pressure there, forcing him backwards, and Diakite, he's going to look for some support. The two strikers are going at it right now on the far side, and it will be the Canadian one who will be able to come out with the ball. Nancha. It's Kriel once again. Nancha looking for some options. Sees one on the switch, and he's just going to overhit that one, however, and that's going to go for a throw-in on the far side of the field. Got to throw this one in back. Possible call there for a foul throw, but the play will resume here. A lot of time for the defensive back. As he'll leave this one off to, Magic will leave this one off for Nancha. Aiden with a long ball at the field. Nicely won in the air by Light. And he's going to hit it towards Umamas on the right side. Umamas got some pace on him. He's trying to force his way through, but gets taken away from him by Jelab. And Jelab's going to try to utilize his midfield to get it quickly up the other way as Tiniakos tried to hit it forward, but couldn't find a white jersey. Dauda, he's got space in the midfield. He's carrying this ball forward as he play this one out wide towards Umamas. He has Dauda coming with him on an overlap. Dauda turns it back towards his winger. Good reset for Ontario. Dauda from range, and Perdigao and Dauda working well so far here in the central midfield as the CF Montreal player and the North York Academy product are working strong in the central midfield, working back and forward, creating some runs and utilizing their wingers to get themselves some space. Comes a long ball up, a little bit too strong, and Pelagia has some time here. And he'll be able to play down towards defense. Perdigao. Out wide towards the Light. Light can't get by the first attacker, but he will get himself a throw in which he'll throw back towards his defensive team in Bansal. Trying to make some runs for Bansal. Can't find anything, and they continue to pass around the back line. Loshenkov and Bansal. Sorry, that's Sintra. Sintra. He's going to play this one out wide towards the left, but Carvalho already made the run up the line, and that through ball was played in behind him and out. Jelab will play this one out wide, and here comes a through ball up the field to try to get on towards the run of Tolba, but he's going to get called for offside is the winger, and he'll come back for a free kick. 13 minutes have played so far here between the FTF Canada and Ontario squads, the best of the combines battling it out, impressing themselves over the hundreds of players that showed up for this combines. And now at the All-Star Showcase, trying to showcase all the coaches here what individual talent they do have here on the pitch. Carvalho will throw this one in. Finds Dauda, but that one slipped under his foot, but he was able to recover to get that pass off towards Light. Here comes Light on the cross. This one takes a couple deflections, finds its way to Carvalho. Hozic out right towards the left. Brown's going to cut inside. Brown on the shot. That hits off the crossbar. I think Aiden got a touch onto that one, but it's going to be offside regardless, as this one will come back for a free kick. But it was an impressive save from the keeper. Cancel Aiden from FC Laval, who was able to get just a fingertip on that one to deflect it on towards the crossbar, even though it wouldn't have counted regardless. Good hustle from Tolba. He's able to win and he'll hit it over towards Diakite. He saw a run towards his left. That was the fullback trying to get into it as Pelagia does well to hustle to avoid a corner kick. Slides down to keep that one in play. Foul get called there against Tiniakos. Had the arms around the Ontario player, and the referee's just having him back up. As here comes the long ball up the field. Umamas is fast. He's got some pace on him, but that one's going to be a little bit too strong to get onto his run. Châtenay. Criel resets it in the back line with Majuk and Nincha. Looking for some options is the Canada team as they finally find someone in the midfield with Tolba. Tolba's going to carry this one over the midfield and pass it towards his winger on the far side. He's not able to control that one, however. It bounces off his foot, and it goes out for throwing for Ontario. As you see the Canada squad start to do some warm-ups here on the near side. As you see a pass here, find Carvalho. His touch is long, however, and Châtenay will be able to recover it, but his pass gets read there by Brown. Brown did well on the recovery, and he's trying to chip that ball forward. Can't find Umamas from the first opportunity, and he'll try a shot on his second chance, as that one took a deflection, however, and goes out for a corner kick from the shot from Evan Brown. Comes first corner kick for the Ontario team, as they're crowding around the goal area on an in-swing. As this one will get played in towards the far post. Light tries to get up for it. He can't reach it, but Daouda is still there, and it will get taken away from by Châtenay. Châtenay, Diakite. Can't play it back towards his defensive player, and that ball from Brown is done well to hit it off of the oncoming player, and he gets himself a throw and does Ontario. As Carvalho will play a little 1-2 with Daouda. Carvalho passing down the left side and get play across it. There's a touch there, second opportunity, and he places it into the bottom corner. Zakaria Umamas gets the goal. We've been talking about his pace so far in the first half. But this time, as Hodgic wasn't able to control the first pass, it fell its way right towards Umamas, and he makes no mistake as he fires that one towards the bottom corner. And in the 17th minute, it's Ontario 1, Canada 0. As you're going to see some substitutions upcoming here for the Canada squad. To change on the attacking squad, Dekala will come on for Diakite, and Lullier will come on in a fullback position, as well as Bouchard. So a change in the fullbacks for the Canada squad, and they'll see if Lullier and Bouchard can start making some action to go forward for the Canadian team. Comes a throw, and that's a dangerous position to throw that one into. Unfortunately, the player there, that was Bansal, able to get to that one to clear it aside. But especially when you're throwing that one into the middle, it's almost a bit of no man's land. But Canada still coming with the ball forward. They're able to deflect it off of the defender, Sintra, and it will be a corner kick for Canada. Couple of late bodies coming in. Majuk, the tall frame from him, getting ready to come in. The Halifax player, 6'7". He's someone I want to target, but they can't get it over the near post, as Jelab will be forced to come all the way back towards Creel. As they have a look here towards the injured players, that's Tiniakos coming towards the bench with some help from the training staff, as Lullier plays this one out wide. He's going to chip it forward. It's going to be offside, though. Doesn't matter, as Pelagia, it does well to come out of his goal, and he's able to get to that one, as it would have been offside going against Dekala. Brown, the North Miss player, is going to chip this forward towards Perdigao. Perdigao, back for Brown. Daouda. Sees a switch there towards Light, and he's able to control. Light's ball is going to play down towards the right side. Umamas is able to control us. He's going to do some fancy footwork, but doesn't see any bites there from the defender as he returns it towards Light, who's able to get through a couple players, gets that pass through. That ball's still loose, and Aiden, though, is able to get down towards the ground, and he finds that loose ball as Hodzic was in tight for Ontario to try and see if they could double their lead. Good pressure coming in from Creel. He's starting to put a press on, and Ontario's forced to go backwards all the way towards Pelagia. He plays a pass, but can't find his men, and here comes Canada with an opportunity to go forward, but can't control that ball. Was Bouchard as he has that ball fall under his foot, and we see a great ball coming in on the right side from Perdigal, but the shot from Mama slipped under the keeper, and he's able to recover to make the second save as Hodzic was in tight. As we saw, Umamas with a low shot, didn't look like a dangerous one, slipped under the goalkeeper, Aiden. Hit off the post, fell right to Hodzic. Aiden does well to get right back on his feet, makes a toe save on a keeper that was almost down and out of it. And Ontario isn't able to capitalize on that opportunity there, but they do get themselves a corner kick as the player is just fixing his shin pads. As we got two players in on the short option, but this one's going to go towards the far post. Nancha will get the first header, and Jalab will hit this one away from the penalty area. Bensel finds Brown. Turns it to Bensel, and he will play it with Sintra. As the Ontario team is starting to get a little bit of control here against the Canada squad, who made some substitutions. We're trying to find their impact in this first half. Carvalho. Can't find it in Bensel once again. We'll pick this one up with Sintra. Liking the patience right now from the Ontario team. Not forcing it up the field like they were in the opening few minutes. Waiting for one of their players to present themselves with a run. And now Carvalho has found himself some space, and he'll utilize that to Brown. Brown, though, tries to get around Bouchard. Luckily has Carvalho there to get the ball right back for the team in black. Comes a long ball up, gets over the head of Bouchard. Brown, though, can't control it, but he's able to get that ball under his feet, but it will be offside going against the winger. So that whole opportunity is all for naught as he'll come back for a free kick for Canada. This first Touch for Football All-Star Showcase wouldn't be possible without its sponsors. So I'd like to give a shout out to Total Trans, Control Socks, Gatorade, and Puma. Thank you for the support for FTF. And for players such as this match here to get those opportunities to play in front of the several coaches that are out here on display at the BMO training ground, the Toronto FC practice facility in Downsview. Jalab out wide. Bouchard finds Tolba. Tolba's pass, though, goes in behind Bouchard. And it's going to be an easy pickup here for Daouda, who's going to reset it towards Sintra as they look to get over midfield. But some good pressure, though, from Canada. Does well to be able to win that ball right back as Majuk puts it in towards the midfield. Jalab trying to find his foot. Can't get it from under him. And it's going to be a free kick for Canada. And it's going to just be taken in quickly as Nancha will hit it over towards Creel. Gavas tries to hit it forward towards Luye, who was making the overlap run, and they're going to hit it towards Pelagia in goal, who has no other option than to clear that one out of play for a throw-in. Good pressure coming in from Canada, trying to see if they can get out that ball from the far side. Creel going in with the ball all the way back towards Majok as Aiden plays it towards the near side for Nancha. Jalab in the midfield. Canada now starting to get some possession themselves. As here's Nancha, sees this open space in the middle, so he carries it into the central midfield. And he'll leave it off towards Creel once again as Luye tries to play the pass up. He's able to find Dekala. Here comes the through ball, trying to find that run of Jelab in through the midfield. Good sliding challenge there from Bansal, able to block that one as this one gets cleared aside for another throw in. But Canada starting to get some control here. Can they now test the Ontario keeper, though? As battling forward the ball under his feet will be Dekala, and he does win his team a free kick after a couple hacks towards his ankles. Now, this is a great set-piece opportunity for the Canada squad as they have those tall center backs. The question is, can they target any of those two players off the set piece? Three players in the wall here. Interesting to have that one as this one goes towards that near post. But it gets cleared aside. Ontario tries to go quickly the other way. Good job there from Gavas, able to prevent that. And here comes the ball towards the left side. Pelagia makes the first save. As it was the opportunity for Monongo Kuangu. Kuangu making his first contribution since coming on the field, as he'll get set up for this corner kick. This ball gets played in. There's the header. And that's the player you want to find. It was Jima Majuk, the Halifax Wanderers under 23 player with a 6'7" frame. Got on the end of that cross, but couldn't direct that one downwards on towards goal. Carvalho into the midfield. Finds Hodzic, who gets knocked off the ball. And now Bouchard plays it up towards the striker. Dekala, he gets knocked off the ball, and he comes down, and looks like he's a little bit slow to get up. And the referee will call this one back. As take a look at the injured player. Looks like he might have hurt his knee there as he was trying to slow down his run to get onto that ball. He's going to require a little bit of assistance, does Dekala, the BTB Soccer Club player. And he's looking to try and see if he can walk it up, but it doesn't look too encouraging here. So it looks like he might need to be substituted off, so won't be surprised to see the original striker come back on the field to play. And here comes substitution as Malik Diakite will come back as expected. So Diakite resumes back in his striker position. And here comes Carvalho. Carvalho does well with his first touch, constantly puts it towards the middle as a good idea from the pass from Perdigao. Just goes too strongly for Umamas to be able to control as it sleeps under his foot now for a goal kick. As right now the Canada squad will want to institute the press, but as they're trying to figure out what's the correct players and who is covering who. As Jima Majak will come off and Ulrich Belanger. So change in center back for Canada as Belanger will check in for the Canada squad right in the center back position as he's going to look to get that pass right now, and he does. And he'll play it out wide to Luyeye. Belanger under some pressure. Has to get it back towards Ains. Ains clearance hits it right off of the Ontario striker. Hodzic with some good pressure. Well, wasn't able to control that one, and now Canada can come quickly the other way. Toba, lots of space for him. He's going to continue coming over, and finally coming over there, and that's a strong sliding challenge from Bansal. He gets all ball on that one, and Ontario will be able to clear it aside. It was a good run there from Mo Toba, hurling himself as soon as he played that long touch to keep on that speed and rush that allowed the center back from Bansal to shift over to cut it down, the FC London player. Corner kick upcoming here for Canada. As they have a couple players coming in late. Belanger, one of the new substitutes, likely would be the target here. As it gets played towards the near post, cleared away first time by Sintra. And they'll get a throw in as there will be a substitution upcoming here for Canada. As Tolba will be the player checking out of the game. As Jalab gets it towards the right side. Diakite finds the newly introduced player. We'll figure out who that is for you guys in just a moment. As it goes towards Luyeye on the side. All the way back towards Belanger. Finds Jalab. Diakite not giving up on it, however, but Sintra will see it all the way out for a goal kick.
Drop. Theo, Maddie, squeeze.
So playing short, good pressure. And Umamas comes all the way back to hold on to it for Ontario. As he'll play back towards the defense as Bansal and Sintra work once again with one another. Good chemistry here early between the two center backs. The FC London North York Academy players. Finds Umamas. He's going to play this one out wide towards his wing back. That is Light, who is making a run down the line. Light loses his footing, but he has that ball fall right back towards his foot as he's going to battle on the far side of the field. But him taking down the Canada player will get called, and it'll come back here for a free kick, which will get played in short towards Jalab. Creel. Bouchard towards Nancha. Good turn from Creel, though. It gets away from the ongoing pressure, but his pass isn't as good as Umamas does well to intercept that one, and Ortiz will be able to collect. Here's Ortiz. Sees that run coming in on the right side. He'll find Dauda. Dauda, though, can't keep that one in play and gives a little bit of a clap there in frustration as he knows he could have continued that run. As now Diakite will have this ball to carry himself forward. He's got one option towards his right, but Diakite still going with his, and Sintra, though, does get down onto the turf to shut down that oncoming run as it go out for throw-in. Comes in towards the midfield. As he gets played towards the left side. Nancha's trying to give chase, but he can't get to him. Brown does take a run on towards the ball. And he'll go all the way out here as we figure out the substituted player. Number 15, Michael Perez there, gets the ball off the throw-in. And he'll replay it back towards Nancha, who will reset towards Aiden in goal. Gavas finds Perez. Creel gets it towards the right side. Plays a little 1-2 with Bouchard, and he'll leave that one for Jalab, who's come over to assist. Jalab. And towards Creel. Good movement from Canada as this first half has started to progress seeing some good movement from them, but the Ontario squad does still have the lead 1-0 in this one. And they have presented a good threat on the counterattack. Guys, he's having an adventure from range. That won't trouble the goalkeeper Pelagia from distance. Needs a little bit more power on that one to test the London goalie. As it goes out here for a goal kick as Daoud goes towards the far side for Carvalho. Carvalho plays this one through the middle to Hodzic. And Hodzic, though, couldn't play that pass towards Brown right away as there goes the halftime whistle. And it's a singular goal from Umamas, who is able to get on the end of the cross, puts it a nice shot to the bum corner. And it's Ontario leading over Canada 1-0 here at the FTF Showcase. We'll be back here in just a few moments with the second half. And welcome back to the BMO training ground here in Downsview, Ontario. We're going to be having second half action between the First Touch Football Combine Ontario players, so the best of the Ontario Combines, going against the rest of the Canada players. So again, mostly full of the East Coast players, so seeing a lot of Halifax, Montreal, Quebecois players out here on the pitch. As it looks like there's going to be some substitutions coming out for both teams as they utilize the benches, but they have switched sides. So it will be Canada in the white and black going from your right to your left on your screens at home. And then the all black is the Ontario squad as they have taken the lead 1-0 here in this match with Umamas, the winger, who has picked up the goal on this one. As we're seeing some encouragement here from the Canada squad as they try to implement a high press here in the second half, and the coaching staff very impressed with the players picking up on that one as it's going to be played around the back line where Monongo will get the pass here from Luyeye. Monongo under a little bit of pressure here. It's forced to try to come all the way back towards Aiden, and it will take a deflection off of the new striker for the Ontario squad and go out for a goal kick. That's Dennis, the new striker. Now for Ontario, and he's going to work with a couple new wingers as one of them is able to pick up that run through the middle, but Creel does well to shut it down. Creel down to the near side, can't get past the tall frame of Light, who puts it down. Light. Going to return towards defensive parts, new defensive backline as well, as you're seeing Lucas DeMarco and Alexander Loshenkov in the backline for Ontario. As here comes the through ball forward. It looked like it was offside, but the flag did stay down. And Aiden does well to come out of his goal, and he'll be able to clear the side for throwing. A little bit of a grab there coming in from Bouchard, and he'll help that player to get back on his feet as it'll be a free kick for Ontario on the far side. So we got a player sneaking behind your Light far post right now, doing a little bit of a crouch, trying to see if he can be invisible. And finally they do pick up on him, as this one's going to get played in. There's the header from Dennis, but it just goes over the goal. Good attempt there from the Ontario squad from the set piece. Good ball played in on the far side. I think that's Carvalho who still remains on the field. Yes, it is. Carvalho still stays on, and his ball did well to find Dennis up top. Here comes a run down the left side. Tiniakos plays it inside. Luyeye tries to chip it forward to Diakite, but that gets poked away as far as Jelab. Creel. Monongo, Kwangu's pass. Finds Nencha. He stayed down here on the field, and he's going to try and take it up himself, the center back. But that gets poked away from him. Creel, good heads up, immediately runs back to cover that center back position should a counterattack opportunity occur. Tiniakos does well, and he's able to win it off of the Ontario defensive side. Finds Jelab. Here comes a shot. Pelagia is able to see that one, but encouraging for Canada, as this might be one of the first real chances they had to test the Ontario keeper. Good movement the other way from Ontario as they try to play a pass through the middle, but Kwangu will hit this one back towards Aiden in goal. Kwangu. Plays it over towards the far side for Perez. Perez's pass can't find his man, and Loshenkov has it. Good job there from Diakite. Has some hands up there coming in. Going towards Kwangu to try to get that press. It's going to be offside on the far side, as taking a look here towards the coaching staff, trying to instigate that press, as Canada will reset this play, playing this ball short. Belanger towards Tiniakos.
Turn. Pass.
Perez. He's going to chip this one towards the right. That ball, though, gets played in behind the winger on the far side. And I'll go out for throwing. As this one's continuing going forward as Ontario will knock it around the back line here once again. Looking for some options, hit the ball forward. It will be a long ball up. Chawali is up there. This is would have been his first contribution since coming on in the second half. But doing well there was Kuangu able to poke that one aside. Plays that in towards Chawali. As they play a little 1-2, and Canada will get themselves out of the danger, and here comes the through ball forward, but DeMarco does well to block that opportunity, and he'll utilize the keeper to get his team back into shape. Asukanth with his central midfielder, that's Dauda, who stayed out here on the field. Here's Dauda. Finds DeMarco. Plays a long ball up. Belanger sees that one the entire time, and that's going to be relaxed here by Tiniakos, who's going to try and see if he can play that one out wide as we see a foot race on the far side. Good job there from Carvalho. Is able to get that one over, and he's going to get poked aside and out. And here looks like they're getting ready to make substitutions here shortly as the Canadian squad. But they're going to allow this one to get thrown back in and see if they can utilize one more attack before these substitutions can get put into play. Good through ball forward to Diakite. Is free onto goal, and he hits it off of the crossbar. Great ball played in forward from Kuangu, who is able to get onto the run of Malik Diakite. And just too much power on that one as he fires that one over. As Canada will make a couple substitutions, as it will be the Halifax pair coming back on the field, as Majok and Gavas come back onto the field. And then we're going to play Nancha and Jalab. Good pressure here so far as a Champlain Cavalier striker. Diakite having to play a little bit of extra minutes due towards the injury of Dakala in that first half, as starting to get himself a little bit more involved in the second half. Gavas finds Perez. Perez will be able to play this one out wide towards Bouchard as he leaves this one for Diakite. There's Perez once again. Perez trying to chip it forward, and that ball will find its way towards his man on the far side. Still battling with it shoulder to shoulder, and Tiniakos taking the safe play. Under the pressure will hit this one all the way back towards his keeper, and they're going to reset it with Majok. Belanger sees that run down the left side as they try to find Luyeye. And Luyeye is onto the attack to try and see if he can win that ball back. But Light works with Chawali, able to set this ball down for Ontario. A little bit of the frantic pace continues on here, but as expected, as the game starts to get a little bit more familiar with one another, the communication is starting to pick up, and you're starting to see a little bit of chemistry being built here from the two teams. Well, this Canada team is pushing so far, and they're giving themselves a little bit more of an opportunity to see if they can get themselves the tying goal so far here in the second half. Light's going to try to play this one down the line. Luyeye is there. He does well to get by a couple players to Luyeye. Over to Diakite, tried to return the pass. That one got blocked by Chawali. As here comes Dennis the other way. Dennis trying to slide himself across, and Belanger will be able to get to stop that one momentarily, but Dauda will play this one out wide towards the far side of the field. Good movement from Ontario as they play it a little 1-2. They get themselves some space. Centering pass, can't find Chirwali in front of goal. Good chance there from Ontario. And now Canada wants to come quickly the other way. It's Diakite. He had the chance a moment ago. Sliding challenge, has that ball find its way towards Perez. Perez on the shot, fires it over the goal. Good effort there from Diakite and Perez. But Diakite did well to create himself that opportunity, and the good counterattack chance had Canada pushing themselves closer, but Ontario just needed to settle this play a little bit, get back to what they were doing in that first half. Light looking for some options to throw this one in towards. He gets it towards Dennis. Good job there from Belanger coming all the way up to block that one as this ball will find its way all the way back towards the Magic. We'll slow this play down as he's got Creel right next to him. Creel, one of the players who's one of the last few players who's played these entire few minutes on the pitch, as you see a high looping ball somehow not hit the roof of the dome. And Dauda will be able to collect. Finds Dennis, and a last-second sliding challenge from Luyeye is able to poke that one aside. And a second chance there gets flicked aside. Good effort coming out from the Ontario attackers as Carvalho making a run down the left side. Got himself up the field. Player who can't play, normally plays fullback, but can play winger as well. And we saw that right there as he made a good run up the field to get a good chance onto goal. As Luyeye has got to hustle to get himself back into position as this throw-in is getting taken quickly towards Chirwali. Chirwali still going towards goal, and it's just going to fall off the foot of the Ontario striker last, however, and find its way out for a goal kick. Tons of time here for Kwangu. He sees that run down the left side for Luyeye. And Luyeye is going to get to that one. He will chip it forward, and he'll try to hit it off of the player in black, but the referee doesn't agree that happened to him. And Ontario will be able to get themselves a throw in as they're going to pass it through the midfield. Got a sea of bodies right in front of us here as the Canada squad is getting ready to make substitutions as they're right in front of the bench. As this ball gets played again towards Luyeye. Inside, back heel touch there from Diakite as Tiniakos tries to win it back, and it's finally won by Dauda, who will play this ball out wide towards the left side. Good movement so far from the left winger as he tries to get himself towards the goal, but he gets as far as the Canadian keeper, who will settle this play down for Creel. Tiniakos touches it over towards Kwangu. Tiniakos again towards Luyeye. He chips that one forward, gets it towards Diakite. This could be dangerous here as he plays that touch towards the left side, towards the fullback. That is Kwangu, the center back, all the way up the field. And he'll hit off of the Canadian player last and go for a goal kick as here comes substitutions for Team FTF Canada as the bench will come back on. DeCalla coming back on the field. Looks like he's going to be okay. After that little knock earlier towards his knee, he's going to try and see if he can put together a run in the striker position. As the bench gets emptied, 5 new fresh faces on the field for Canada. Will these be the combination that gets them that game-tying goal? DeMarco. His pass finds Dauda. He's going to play that one out wide. Good ball and good first touch. Spinning himself free from the defense. He's got Carvalho playing the overlap run. He's going to touch it towards him. Centering pass. There's the shot. Big save from Aiden as he jumps up quickly towards his right to make that block. There's a good original play, though, from Brown over on the left side. And he saw that overlap run from Carvalho. And they set in a nice quick touch for Asokanth to create that chance. Here's Light. Working it on the right side as he finds his way towards Chirali. Chirali tries to push his way forward through the middle. Had Jones towards his right, but he couldn't find him. But it's a good win back there from Dauda. He sees Jones towards his right. Lots of space for Jones, but he chooses to play first time. Finds Dennis, and that is not a finish he would be liking there, as Dennis probably could have taken some time there to afford himself a second touch possibly in this situation. Same with Jones, but they try to play it in quickly, and as it gets deflected aside for a corner kick. Liking the crosses, though, from Carvalho. He's played so far on this left flank. He'll be the set piece taker once again. He'll look to try and see if he can play towards that far post just over the head of Dennis. Another chance here. Brown can put that one back in. Finds a player. There's a shot. And that one gets fired over as well. Ontario very close there with those chances as Malik Dauda was in tight, but just got under the ball. Comes another attack coming for Ontario. Ever since those substitutions, Ontario has starting to find themselves at another level here as they get themselves another corner kick. And the Canadian coach staff recognizing this, telling the players on the bench, get it warmed up, get ready to get back in there. As they're just over the 51st minute mark, they're down 1-0, and they need to find that right combination to get themselves the goal. And here comes the corner. That one's going to come all the way through the other side. It looked like Light thought there was going to be a player behind him. And he allowed that one to go past him. Perez. He's going to play it towards the right side. Finds that run from Chatanet. Chatanet plays the cross in. There's the touch. No, they can't put it home. As Light, the last man back, was able to poke it away from the striker Dakala to prevent that tap-in chance for Canada. Majok finds Perez. He's got space. He's going to carry this ball up, and he's able to play it towards Dakala on the left. Dakala gets around the defender. Dakala, can he get himself through? No! As Light is able to recover, and he gets a foot in there to poke that ball away. It's one of those where if he made that first move, did Dakala, he probably should have taken that chance to shoot that one onto goal. Tolba. Still going with his Tolba. Going to have Perez dancing with the ball. This ball finds its way back towards Jelab. Jelab cuts it towards the middle. He tries a load shot and can't find the goal. But the chances are coming right now for Canada as here comes substitutions. A little bit of confusion here, but it looks like it worked out. As Perez will stay on. As he goes through on the left side with Brown coming in with some speed on the left side. Looking for a foul there is Brown. He's not going to get it, and he gets himself quickly back onto his feet to get himself into position. A little bit of a turnover there, but referee will call it. As a little bit of frustration there coming in from Astrakhan. Thought he won that ball cleanly there. Referee disagreed, however, and it will be a free kick for the Canada squad. And here's Creel. As Diakite, who's now come back on the field as a winger. He's going to continue to carry this ball up. It does Diakite, and Light, though, will get a foot in and keep this one in play. Big win for the fullback, as there'll be a throw-in for Ontario right by the corner flag. This is a good opportunity, though, for Canada to try to contain Ontario in the corner. As the play still continues, Tolba gets himself out of the corner, finds a man. Here comes the shot, but just gets under. That one is Perez, as he can't hit the goal, as Majak is going to call for a substitution. And he's hobbling himself to the sideline is Majak. Hopefully he's going to be okay, as Kuangu will come back onto the field as a center back, take over the injured player. And good pressure. They've been trying to figure it out all game, and it looks like Canada's starting to figure out that press. And they force that turnover as Creel gets this one off the throw. The pressure is on Kuangu. He gets away from Dennis, and he's able to make the pass. Now Kuangu will go up the field as here comes the pass up towards the left side. Finds Diakite. Diakite with some time. Plays the centering pass. Can't get by the defense. As holding his back line there was DeMarco. Creel finds Tolba again. Plays a little 1-2 with Creel. Creel gets inside the penalty area. Plays a centering pass. No one home. Dauda's there. Here comes substitution here for Ontario. As Evan Brown, who's played the full game on the left wing, will come off the field. And Piper, Smash Piper, will come into the left wing. Belanger does well to get to that ball first. Finds Jelab. Returns it to Belanger. And he'll reset it all the way back to Aiden. Kuangu. Try to play a short pass. That one got intercepted quickly by Piper, but Piper couldn't go forward. Kuangu gets that ball back as he tried to play it out wide, and Light does well to keep that ball in front of him as he clears it aside for a throw-in, which Diakite tries to throw this ball in quickly. Kuangu. Down towards the midfield, nice interception. And here comes Ontario to try to go quickly the other way. Chirwali, though, can't take that first touch, but he's going to see if he can continue that on the right side. Finds Jones into the middle of the field. Asket gets it towards the right side as they try to chip it forward for Carvalho. Again, Carvalho, the left back, all the way up the field. And the key thing is with Carvalho all the way up the field, I don't think anybody was back there for Ontario, and should they have lost it, but they fortunately didn't have anything to go forward yet. As here comes Essekant down the left side, tries to play a cross in. That one will get blocked. And he'll go for throwing right by the corner flag. Comes an interception through the middle. It's a chance forward for Canada as Gavas gets it towards Diakite. He gets it over towards the left side. Can't pull the trigger was Tolba. And good recovery from DeMarco as he's able to win that back for Ontario. And now Ontario's going to come quickly the other way. Chirwali, he's trying to turn on the speed. And Aiden will call his defender off of that ball and pick that one up as he'll roll it off towards Jelab with space down this near side. This game's starting to open up here as we get closer towards the hour mark. And with just 10 minutes left to go here in this one, can Canada find that tying goal? Comes a long ball up towards Diakite, as it's going to be offside going against the Canadian winger. And he'll come back for a free kick for Ontario. We've seen a different Canadian team here in the second half, but Ontario's defense, Loshenkov and DeMarco, they have done the job when they have been asked to, as Loshenkov has the ball here. They've made some critical tackles when the Canadian players get uptight. As Carvalho and Loshenkov will knock it around the back line. Here comes the pass through the middle. Jones, he's going to play down towards the right side towards Chirwali. Chirwali trying to play that one through the middle, and that one gets blocked there from Kwangu. And Kwangu does well to find Jalab with time. Does see anything going forward? We'll return it towards Nancha. Nancha switches it over towards the far side for Belanger. Couple quick passes as they get through the midfield as Tiniakos gets towards the right. Passes in, there's a shot, and it's right towards Pelagia in goal. As they play a couple quick passes, find Tolba. Tolba can't find the finish. As there are 6 players in white moving themselves forward with that one, as Jalab does well to intercept that pass from Chirwali. Dancing with that is Diakite. He does well to keep this one in play. He's going to go against Light as Diakite. He gets the left-footed cross down towards the right side, but that one gets through the other side. Tiniakos can't reach that one, and that ball will be kept in by Ontario. Could have let itself roll out, but they want to go quickly the other way, but it was going to be offside going against Dennis, as he was a good 3-4 steps ahead of that back line. Paris. Belanger. Quarter here towards Jalab. Chirwali, though, does well. He has that ball fall perfectly towards him. He sees Jones coming in behind him, and he'll play towards Jones. Jones with time. Not much for support right now. He's going to have one player with Chirwali, and he has Dennis come over, but Dennis can't get on the other end of that pass. And here comes Canada with another quick chance to come the other way with Gavas. Gavas try to play it through. Saw 2 players going forward, try to play it through the middle, and it'll be a little bit too strong to go through the other side. Little 1-2 gets played forward for Chirwali. He's going to be on the run again. Nancha's going to try and see if he can cover him off, but not much for players up the field for Ontario regardless, as Nancha gets that ball off the back of his head. And it'll be a throw-in for Light, who's going to be slowly jogging himself over to come over to take. But with this game starting to get towards the last few months, the field has really started to spread themselves out. Fatigue starting to set in for both these two teams, as the midfield is starting to get himself a little bit more open, which provides more attacks on both ends. So you start to see some end-to-end gameplay here in these last few minutes as Kwangu gets a foot in. Belanger clearing that one aside again. I think it might be another throw-in. Yes, it is, right by the corner flag. And they'll play a quick little 1-2 off the throw as they can't get it by Diakite. Another throw-in. Comes a battle to the right side. Good opportunity there, but that cross can't find anywhere. As the substitution upcoming, as Canada wanted to play it quickly, but they're going to play that substitution. As Majak will come back on the field to play. He picked up an injury a few moments ago, but it looks to be okay. And he will replace Bélanger on the center back position. Jalab finds that ball. He's going to play that one wide towards Diakite. Diakite sees some space through the middle. He's going to chip it through the left side, but that touch is too strong for Toba to be able to run onto it. As Diakite continuing to try to create his team opportunities. Did a nice little in-cut to get himself some space. But the player on the far post just wasn't able to recognize that run. Controlled by Creel. Finds Gavas. Gavas gets held back. And it's going to be a free kick for Canada. As the referee just making sure it goes towards the correct spot. As Dauda want to make sure that Canada didn't restart this one quickly, and they'll play a little 1-2. Jalab, he's going to tee this one up, but that's right towards Pelagia in goal. He saw that one coming the entire way through. Hasn't been tested too much, has Pelagia, but every time he has, he's done a good job controlling the ball, most importantly not allowing any rebounds and getting himself the right positioning when needed. Comes a run down the right flank for Canada. They got a couple players inside the penalty area waiting for a cross. Perez. Finds Jalab. Jalab, he's going to try again with the left-footed effort. As Pelagia will deflect it across, and he's going to kill a couple seconds off the clock before picking that ball up. As here comes the boot up the field. That's going to get over the head of the defender, Majak. He's under a little bit of pressure here, is Majak, and he's trying to communicate with his defender here as Piper was putting in a lot of pressure on the center back. And he's fortunate to just clear that one aside as Piper tried to play a little 1-2 with Dennis, but that pass wasn't played towards the feet as it goes out for a goal kick. 3 minutes plus stoppage left to go in this one. It's 1-0 for Ontario over Canada on a 17th minute goal from Umamas. Canada has been pushing in the second half, but can they find a breakthrough? This game does get tied up. It goes straight to penalty kicks. As Perez finds Gavas. Gavas plays this one out wide towards Diakite. Diakite cuts it back inside towards Creel. Returns it towards Diakite. Quick one-touch passing coming in from Canada as they find Gavas on the left side. Nencha. The center back, couple quick moves, gets that ball out wide. As here comes that cross as it gets headed away by Loshenkov. Second opportunity, falls back into towards the waiting midfield of the Canadian team. Try to attempt to switch there, but that one won't find its way over to Jones, and DeMarco just wants his team to get back into shape, will clear it away and out of play. Diakite, good turn from him, gets away from the defender as he tries to play it up towards Toba, but good physicality coming in from DeMarco. Gets it towards the right side as he plays up towards Jones. Chirwali. Back to Jones. The two attackers on the right wing doing a good job holding the play up. As Tirali tries to move himself forward and forced to go towards the ground is Gavas. As he goes clear to side 4, corner kick. Comes that cross in. That one somehow avoids compliance. There's a touch there. And it goes straight towards the waiting hands of Aiden as that shot from Piper won't trouble him. As Aiden will throw this one out wide towards Perez. Perez still going with it. Finds Gavas. Gavas waiting for that run of Diakite. Thought he was making that run. This ball will go all the way through as there goes the full-time whistle here to finish off day 1 in our First Touch Football All-Star Showcase. And it will be Team Ontario who takes home the victory over Team Canada. And what's been a fun 3 matches here in this one. I'd like to thank everybody who's tuned in. The action continues again tomorrow at 2 p.m. as the Ontario squad will be back in action against Vaughan. But until next time, folks, it's been Martin Holmes, and I'll see you guys later.